Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS FANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying attention to what's been happening in Cleveland lately, you know that the quarterback room is a hot topic. The Browns, as we all know, have been navigating a very interesting season so far, with some promising signs and some questions that remain unanswered. And one of the biggest stories right now revolves around the future of the backup quarterback position, especially with the recent roster moves that have been made. Just this week, the Browns decided to ship veteran quarterback Joe Flacco off to the Cincinnati Bengals, a move that's stirring up quite a bit of discussion among fans and analysts alike. Flacco, with his wealth of experience and leadership, has always been a steady presence, but Cleveland decided it was time for a change, perhaps looking towards a different direction for their future at the quarterback position. So, with Flacco gone, the Browns are now left with rookie Dillon Gabriel, who has been thrust into the spotlight after his first start against the Minnesota Vikings in London. And let me tell you, Gabriel has shown some flashes of promise. He's got that youthful energy, that arm talent, and a certain calmness in the pocket that the Browns are undoubtedly excited about. But as we all know, one game doesn't make a season, and there's still a lot of development ahead. Gabriel remains the starting quarterback for now, but the big question remains: who will be the backup? That's where things get really interesting, because Cleveland still has Shedeur Sanders and Bailey Zappe in the mix, and the coaching staff, led by head coach Kevin Stefanski, hasn't made any definitive statements about who will be the go-to backup. In fact, during his latest press conference, Stefanski was pretty clear that he's not rushing to name a backup just yet. When asked directly about Shedeur Sanders and what it would take for him to secure that backup spot, Stefanski's answer was measured and thoughtful. He emphasized that there isn't just one specific thing that Sanders needs to do to earn the role. Instead, he highlighted the importance of long-term development, especially for young quarterbacks. And let's be honest, that's a very mature way of approaching things. Stefanski made it clear that his focus is on doing what's best for the team and for the players' growth, rather than rushing into a decision that might not be in the best interest of the long term. "I wouldn't say there's one thing you need to see," Stefanski explained. "In my role, I have to do what's best for our players, our team, and I'm very, very invested in our player development, our young players' development, our quarterback development. So any decision I make, I want to make sure that I'm doing what's right for our players." That statement speaks volumes about how the Browns are approaching this situation. They're not just looking for a quick fix or a temporary solution. They want to build something sustainable, something that benefits the team in the long run. And that means patience, evaluation, and giving players like Sanders time to grow and prove themselves. Now, it's important to note that Sanders, despite the buzz around him, is still very much in the developmental stage of his career. He's a talented player, no doubt about that. Coming from Colorado, where he showcased flashes of brilliance, Sanders has potential, but he's not yet at a point where he can be relied upon as a weekly backup. Stefanski's comments suggest that Sanders is still learning the nuances of the NFL game, adjusting to the speed, the complexity, and the physicality of the league. It's a process, and the Browns are taking a cautious approach, which makes a lot of sense given their aspirations this season. Interestingly enough, Sanders hasn't spoken to the media this week, which leaves us a bit in the dark about his own perspective. But the Browns' wide receiver Jerry Jeudy offered some insights that are quite promising. When asked about Sanders, Jeudy was quick to praise his professionalism and work ethic. He said, "He's been doing a great job of being a pro and doing what he needs to do to be able to once he gets his chance to take advantage of it." That's high praise coming from a veteran like Jeudy, who knows what it takes to succeed at this level. Jeudy also emphasized that once Sanders gets that opportunity, whether it's as the backup or in some other role, he needs to seize it and make the most of it. So for now, it looks like Sanders will remain in the emergency third-string quarterback role, waiting patiently for his shot. the Browns are clearly trying to develop him carefully, ensuring that he's ready when that time comes. And we all know that the NFL is a league where patience and development are key. It's not just about talent, it's about readiness, mental toughness, and adaptability. And Sanders has all the tools to get there, but he needs time and experience. Let's take a moment to talk about the bigger picture here. Cleveland, under Kevin Stefanski, has been building a very competitive team. They have a solid defense, a dynamic offense led by Gabriel, and a coaching staff that is focused on growth and sustainability. Every move they make, from roster adjustments to player development, is aimed at making a Super Bowl run. The quarterback position, as always, is central to that goal. And while Gabriel is the starter now, the Browns are clearly keeping an eye on their future, making sure that their backup quarterback can step in seamlessly when needed. This approach is smart. It's not just about having a veteran or a high-profile backup. It's about nurturing talent, giving young players like Sanders the time they need to develop into reliable NFL quarterbacks. And if Sanders continues to work hard and improve, I wouldn't be surprised if we see him take that next step soon. The Browns are in a good place, and with their focus on player development, they're setting the stage for sustained success. Now, fans, you know how important this is. The quarterback position can make or break a season, and Cleveland's future could hinge on how quickly Sanders can grow and adapt. But for now, it's about patience, learning, and trusting the process. The Browns have a plan, and it's clear that they're committed to doing what's best for their young players and their team as a whole. And as we look ahead, the AFC North remains as competitive as ever. The Bengals, Ravens, and Steelers are all fighting hard, but Cleveland's approach of building from within, focusing on development, and maintaining a strong team culture gives them a real shot at making some serious noise this season. The next few weeks will be crucial to see how Sanders continues to develop, how Gabriel handles the starting role, and how the entire roster responds to the challenges ahead. This season is shaping up to be one of the most exciting for Browns fans in recent memory. The potential is there, the talent is improving, and the coaching staff is doing everything they can to position Cleveland as a true contender. And with the quarterback room still evolving, it's a story that keeps us all on the edge of our seats. Stay tuned, because there's plenty more coming, and I promise to keep you updated on every twist and turn in this exciting journey. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on the current quarterback situation? Do you believe Sanders has what it takes to become the future of Cleveland's passing game? Or do you think the Browns should look elsewhere if the opportunity arises? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion really matters to us and, more importantly, to the Browns' future. Remember, this team is built on community and passion, and your voice counts. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and all the latest from the Cleveland Browns universe. So make sure to stay tuned, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's continue riding this exciting season together. Thanks for watching, Browns fans. This is just the beginning of what promises to be an incredible journey.